Hi, I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Audrina.
And you're listening to Ag Certified.
Today we had the privilege of interviewing 3 officers and our brand new advisor from the Immanuel FFA chapter. What is your name, grade, and officer position?
My name is Audrina. I am in 12th grade and I am the chapter sentinel.
What are you most excited about in this upcoming year?
Honestly, I'm really excited just to get to know a lot of all of the members of our chapter and just to kind of be that warm welcome that people look for in this type of community.
Why did you apply to be an officer?
I honestly was going really back and forth with it, but I think my final decision was I knew that I wanted to be more involved in FFA, and last year I was already super involved in FFA, and really the only way that I could be even more involved was to be an officer.
What's your SAE project and how does it impact the community?
So I raise a lamb. His name is Florian, and I'm going to show him and sell him at the Carruthers Fair to hopefully provide a family with a wonderful dinner. And I also run this awesome podcast called Ag Certified, and if you're listening to it right now, you should stay and listen to more of our episodes.
What qualities do you think make a great leader?
I think just being very Christ-driven and just leaning on God for all that you do, because people look up to you, especially when you have the younger kids, the junior hires and freshmen. They will look up and see what you're doing, and just so that you're consistent in your beliefs and your actions, and people see Christ through you.
What's one leadership lesson that you've learned through FFA?
As cheesy as it is, really never give up and just apply yourself, because the first year that I joined FFA, I wasn't really doing anything and I just didn't really see the value in it. But my junior year, I applied myself and I did so much, and it was probably one of the best high school experiences that I've honestly ever had.
What are you most excited to accomplish this year?
Kind of back to what I'm most excited for, I just really want to kind of bring in that community, the type of people that don't really know what FFA is. I want to educate them more, and I would like to just bring in more of a diverse group of kids so that they know that agriculture is an option for everybody, even if you didn't grow up on a farm or something.
How do you hope people describe your leadership by the end of the year?
Basic, kind, sweet, generous, but on a more deep level, I would kind of what I was saying. I want people to look at me and say she knows Jesus and she leads with love and grace.
How have you felt God pulling you towards this leadership role?
I really felt God kind of pulling me towards this role I just prayed on it a lot, and I just felt him pulling me towards kind of the agricultural education department in general. That's what I want to go to college for. That's what I want to do with my life. And I know that being an officer is kind of one of the first steps into going into that pathway.
Thank you. What is your name, grade, and position on the officer team?
I'm Madison Critchley. I'm a sophomore in high school, and I'm the Immanuel FFA's chaplain.
What are you most excited about in the upcoming year?
I'm excited of how this officer team is going to make really big changes in our program, getting more students involved with more social media posts and just more stuff that we're going to do this school year.
Why did you apply to be an officer?
I applied to be an officer because I wanted to be a leader for the younger ones who don't know what FFA is or just what it's about, and I want to be able to tell them what it's about and how to act in it.
What is your SAE project and how does it impact the community?
My SAE project is me raising dairy heifers, so that is a 2-year program, and on the second year I'm going to sell them as a pregnant heifer. So I sell it to a dairy, and then that cow just goes off and bees with the dairy, then it produces milk for the people in the environment or just around the world.
What qualities do you think make a great leader?
There are so many qualities, but one of them that sticks out to me is being a quiet leader. So a quiet leader for me is just leading through action, what you do on a daily basis, instead of making a big exclamation of what you're doing.
What's one leadership lesson that you've learned through FFA?
One leadership lesson that I've learned is using my voice and just how to project it to others so that way they can hear me and get instruction from me.
What are you most excited to accomplish this year?
I'm most excited to accomplish, I would say, just learning more from my officers and like getting to know them better and how to affect the program in like better and positive ways.
How do you hope people describe your leadership by the end of the year?
For me, I hope that I'm a quiet leader, so I just like lead through my actions instead of just using like big exclamations like every time like I do something. Like I hope that my actions can be a reflection of Jesus Christ and that I'm just a reflection of Jesus to other people.
How have you felt God pushing you into this leadership role?
I felt God pushing me to this leadership role because through my spiritual walk, I've always been really close with Him, and I felt like that this school just needs like a prayer warrior like me, because I pray like every night, and I'm really good at praying for other people and like knowing like what to say and like how to say it.
Yeah, thank you so much. What's your name and position at Immanuel?
Mr. Howison, I am the FFA advisor and ag teacher.
What are you most excited about in this upcoming school year?
I think the thing I'm most excited about is to see the kids grow within their program with their SEE projects and the competitions that they're going to be competing in and the rewards that they're going to get out of it.
Why did you choose to become an advisor?
I chose to become an advisor because I felt like I had a calling to it. I loved FFA in high school, and I have a passion for agriculture and kids.
When you were in high school, what was your SEE project and how did it affect your FFA experience?
So my first 2 years I had boar goats, and then my second 2 years I had hogs. I grew a passion mostly for the hogs. I loved hanging out with my friends and competing in fair and just getting overall life experiences.
What qualities do you think make a good leader?
I think the qualities that make a good leader is leading from the front, not behind, and speaking your voice so others can hear you and not be scared to follow you.
What is one leadership lesson that you have learned through FFA?
One leadership lesson that I've learned through FFA is always putting your best foot forward, whether it's right or whether you're going to mess up or get it right the first time. Just always being willing to take the leap of faith and trying your best.
What are you most excited to accomplish this year?
I think the most thing I'm excited about is kind of helping build the program. I know we have a lot of plans in store, and I'm really looking forward to the future of the FFA program here.
How do you hope to impact your students this year?
I hope each student learns something new every day, if possible, if not every week, and learns to trust me and isn't scared to come ask me questions so that we can learn and grow together.
Was there an advisor in high school that you feel made an impact on their community or students? How so?
I actually love both my advisors, Jill Sperling and Brian Donovan. Brian Donovan is still teaching at Kingsburg High School, and Jill Sperling is now the state supervisor of agriculture. Both had a major impact on me and my family growing up, and I still talk to them.
Awesome. So as a new teacher, how did you feel God pulling you towards this leadership role?
It was a crazy, godlike experience. I had a crazy dream, told my wife about it about 4 weeks ago, and we just continued to pray. And a week later, I took the state testing, talked to Gertson, had an interview, signed papers 2 days after that, and got my keys on Friday before school started. It's been a crazy ride, but I'm very excited about it.
What is your name, grade, and position on the officer team?
Okay. My name's Tony. I'm a senior and I'm the vice president.
What are you excited about in the upcoming year?
I'm definitely excited for all the events that we're planning this year. Really just excited about getting more student involvement this year. And I'm looking forward to just serving the chapter as my last year as an officer.
Why did you choose to become an officer?
I really saw that FFA was something important not only in my life but in the lives of others, and so I felt that one of the greatest ways I could serve in my school and in my chapter was to be on the officer team, and I feel like it has showed my leadership skills have grown, and it really just has helped me deepen my faith and the way I serve others.
What is your SAE project, and how does it affect the community?
So for the past 2 years, I've had kind of a similar SAE project of floral arrangements and floriculture just being a part of my SAE in general. So I help around with different floral arrangements for my families, various events, and people who contact me for extra floral arrangements or succulent arrangements. And so I feel like that really helps me in my community because it helps me not only service them and provide great quality of arrangements, but also it helps me to share with them a little bit more about my experience in agriculture and how FFA has just shaped my life and the lives of students around me.
What qualities do you think make a great leader?
I think it really comes down to how you handle struggles and how you handle conflicts. And I think the way we present ourselves to others is so important. And in FFA, there's so many opportunities to make a good first impression. And so being an officer, I would say when you're meeting new students and when you're interacting with people from other chapters, it's vital to our leadership qualities that we are striving to leave a good first impression and to show that we lead by example and we ultimately do lead through Christ. And so I would say the biggest quality of a leader is leading through Christ and truly just seeing his hand in everything and trusting his plan, even though we might have hard times, we might have conflicts, we might have problems in our chapter, problems with people, but ultimately to lead like Christ is to see his hand in everything and spread the light.
Yeah. What is one leadership lesson that you've learned through FFA?
I would say through my experience in FFA, the biggest leadership lesson is ultimately how much younger students really do look up to us as upperclassmen and as officers. It really has just been so beautiful in a way to see younger students coming up to us and us being able to interact with younger students and especially junior hires, underclassmen, and just seeing how we can encourage them really to get involved and to participate and to just really branch out and become leaders, and just showing them that there's different ways than just being an officer or having your name always on something. I think it's so important to serve in the little things, and I think that's just been the biggest lesson for me, is just serving without needing to be recognized and to really just pay attention to the fine details and just really pour into the younger students and help them along their ways of growing their leadership skills too.
Yeah. What are you most excited to accomplish this year?
I think definitely success for our chapter and just really growing our numbers as far as participation goes. I think the more participants we get and the more involvement we get, the more successful ultimately our chapter can be. And I think CDE teams, LDE teams, speaking contests, just those types of things really help grow leadership skills and really help build the character of our members. And so starting that within the junior hires and really get them involved, I think is just the most exciting.
Yeah. How do you hope people describe your leadership by the end of the year?
I would hope that they see me as somebody who leads by example and puts my best foot forward. Even though I face a lot of conflicts internally and externally, I think it's just important that people see me as so much more than just my role on the officer team. I would hope that people see how I care for others and how I serve my community, my school, my chapter, the people around me, how I interact with people on a daily basis. I would hope, and I'm working to build that relationship with students especially, and by the end of the year I really would hope that people just see see me as somebody who pours into others and somebody who just shares Christ-like.
Yeah. How have you felt God pulling you towards this leadership role?
I really just saw God's hand in everything and saw how he worked through FFA and how he poured into me from older chapter members since I was in junior high. And I really felt his calling to lead this way and to serve beyond just being a member. And I think it's important to note that it's important to see that serving and leading in the chapter doesn't always look like making the officer team or being first place in your LDEs or CDEs. And it really is just paying attention to the fine details. And I feel like God has always given me an eye for just the details. And I've always been a really observant person. And so I felt that my qualities would really service this officer team, and I feel like we've grown so much since most of us are upperclassmen. I feel like we've really bonded together and been able to just come together and be like-minded in Christ and have similar goals and values, and I think all of that just shows how God really called me to this and called all of us to this, and how he's gonna show through us this year.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks for listening to
Agricultural.
Ag.
Ag.
An ag.
Agriculture.
Ag.
Ag certified.